our wrist right now.
Is he trying to flip a home crowd? Tommy,
doctor ordered. They get Adam Wazak, the junior, who comes in at 2-9 for the Bobcats.
And 141 pounds for the Bobcats, Wazak. And for the Golden Flashes, Billy Meister.
So Meisner goes back at it, and this is Meisner's first action in a couple of weeks. Bloomsburg didn't field a wrestler at 141, so his competition's been relegated to the wrestling room.
Again, sitting at 18 wins on the season, really kind of wrestled well. Prior to Bloomsburg, kind of close to that 20-win mark. They come in. Meisner ranks 7th in the MAC right now at 141 pounds. Meisner, one of those kind of tall, gangly guys, probably about 4 inches taller than Wazak right now. Really working the collar ties, both of them. I think Wazak really wants to be out, and now he's freed from that collar tie. He wants some motion going on here. I think that's his offense. I think Wazak's looking to get in close and try and slow him down a little bit.
Is there a reach advantage in wrestling like there is in prize fighting, or is it just a mix and match of styles?
It's a mix and match. Sometimes tall guys reach too much, so your hips got to go with you every place you go in wrestling. Especially young wrestlers, that's a bad habit to break because they get so used to just being able to reach and pick up a leg. Meisner kind of coming out the back door, big scramble here. Wazak in the headlock, no points awarded. He'll spin around back for the 3. Boy, almost had him in the headlock and a pinning combination right there. Nice job of Wazak kind of hipping out of that one, but boy, good pressure by Meisner.
Well, it's also a credit to Meisner for staying with it when that first plan A, if you will, didn't follow. Credit with him for staying with it and at least being able to salvage the 3.
And that's huge, and that's what you see in college. Your best college wrestlers never stop wrestling. They never. You didn't see a consolation there that I didn't hit this move. They're right into another move and another move and another move, and that's what college wrestling's all about.
Yeah, because if you put your head down for a second, that's blood in the water for the other guy.
Absolutely.
The Wazak is from Wheaton, Illinois. My stopping grounds, that's a western suburb of the Chicagoland area.
There you go. Little home cooking for you. Nice job by Meisner on top right now. Starting to accumulate some riding time, up to 41 seconds of riding time, really tying that, using his length right now to keep Wazak kind of just spread out and chest to the mat. Wazak's expending a lot of energy just to get back to his base right now, which is exactly what Meisner wants. He's just wearing him down here. 30 seconds to go in the first period, up 3-0.
I mean, it looks like Wazak is perennially trying to do a back squat, which just looks miserable.
Yeah, and it looks like it's expending a lot of energy because it is expending a lot of energy
For sure.
by him. Right there, when your chest is down on the mat, you have an arm trap. That's next to being on your back, that's probably the second worst position in wrestling you can be in.
How helpless is that position?
It's tough because you can't do anything until you start battling hand control on the bottom part of that. So a lot of that is you'll see hips come up, boom, they're right back down because they don't have the hand control in the situation.
And you can't get too risky because you can open yourself up to something even worse.
You don't want to be sloppy and start rolling around there. We choose neutral in the second period here. We're going to be on our feet. Wazak did not want to be underneath Meisner.
And after being to me, that's trying to catch your breath mid-match, basically.
Well, and a lot of guys will tell you that's conceding a point, actually, by not going down and getting your one escape. He's saying, I can't get that point. He's already given up 1:27 in riding time, so he wants to put himself in a position where he can score and get back into this match.
Sure.
Kind of takes a shot, reaches a little bit. Meisner with a good job of defending him. Meisner with a couple reshots there into a Russian tie right now. Nice drag by Wazak, just out of the Russian. Gets his 3, going to turn him right back loose on his feet again. This is what we saw in the last match with Castro. Just going to try and wear him down, going to break him a little bit more. Up 6-1, got 1:32 riding time. Really going to kind of wear Wazak down right now.
Well, that that move there almost looked like a swim move by a defensive end, almost kind of like an Olay thing. He's letting that momentum. He's baiting him to kind of charge. He's stepping out of the way, pushing him by, and getting him down and getting the position he needs.
Very similar. Just that's one of your really basic moves out of a Russian tie, just kind of dragging a guy by. But Meisner felt him leaning into it, so that was a good job by him. Wazak comes up in a double underhook right now. Meisner just kind of pinch over the top. Wazak almost looks like he wants to go a little upper body, look for a throw here. Meisner kind of pummels his way back out of it. Nice job going back to the Russian. Boom, sets himself up for a high crotch. Doesn't get it. This time Wazak up in the Russian. Meisner with the spinner on off a bad shot, trying to get 3 here. Got to bring him to the mat. He's got it. 3 more for Meisner. 9-1 right now.
And again, you still got another period to go, but you're building that momentum in position right now for a bonus point. Maybe on a long shot, if you really are able to start getting some back points, you might be starting to look at a couple even more, a tech fall, even a pin.
Right, and I think we'll see Meisner take some chances here in the third period, just to see it do exactly what you said. See if we can get some back exposure, maybe pick up some back points. See how worn out Wazak is. If we're going to get a turn out of it, Meisner going to go down in the third period.
You agree here to try to steal a point? You're feeling pretty confident you can get out in under 54 seconds.
Right. And he's been dominant so far. No reason not to feel the same way. A false start by Wazak on that one.
Now, if you're Wazak, do you let him go, concede the point to get to neutral again because your best shot is with you're both on your feet, or do you feel confident that you're going to try to flip him and go from there?
I think Wazak wants to see what he can do on top to see if he might be able to get a cheap turn or something to get himself back on the mat. Obviously not happening. Meisner quickly to his feet, squares off, gets his point in an over and under tie right here. Meisner a little bit high right now in the tie. Nice job of turning that off the mat.
I've been more impressed by Meisner's their mat awareness, but just the feel, and he seems to be almost a half step ahead of Wazak. Like you mentioned, he felt the lean coming in. All right, well, he's off balance. I know that I can go to some pretty basic moves to score.
Absolutely. I think that Meisner's really had a good feel this entire match, and Wazak's still kind of reaching and searching for something to do against Meisner. No luck, and he gives up another 3 on the takedown. 13-1 right now. 13-2. He'll give him the escape. And we're going to get a stalling warning on Wazak for backing off, and a stalling point for Meisner on that one. You cannot back off the mat in college. They're going to hit you with that right now.
He got a stall warning in the second period, and then the second stall warning. There you go. Now it's
beautiful duck under by Meisner. Goes right into the tilt, and he's going to get the tech fall here.
There you go. It's going to make it 21-2, and that should be all she wrote.
Great job. Great job by Billy Meisner right there, picking up 5 points for the Golden Flashes.
But again, this is far from over with Ohio's strength coming up. But you had mentioned in saying the praise of how important it was for Kent State to get off to a hot start in tonight's match. And again, you went 3-0 with three matches, all ending in bonus points. You have to be elated right now, but you can't get cocky and complacent here.
They know what Ohio has at the top line. And actually, I was curious if they were going to draw for the start to see what weight we would start at.